Hey, ladies, and welcome back to Ladies with Festina. Let's talk. You can see I'm coming to you from a different place. One of, I guess, the perks of my job is that I'm able to um, work from home, but actually now they're doing some construction at my office, so I'm working remotely, and I'm appreciative of it because the commute is horrendous. But anyway, um, and so before I actually get going with my day here in the home office, man cave, yes, guys, you can see man cave. It also doubles as the home office. So I just decided to just record today and talk about, I titled this video Bittersweet because on May 9th, it's really interesting. Um, I guess interesting that day is a bittersweet day, in the sense that um, on that day, our Heavenly Father called my natural father home for his eternal rest. But then also on that day, he sent us an angel in the form of my little niece, my first niece for my baby brother. And it's just, I sat there and I thought about that. I was like, wow, a day that will forever be seared into the fabric of who I am represented a day of loss for our family. But then God just does things like this sometimes, guys, and I know God is not a happenstance God. And now it's like on May 9th, I can celebrate. I guess there's a celebration on each end. It's like celebrating the life that my dad had, and then the celebration of the new life and my niece. And I was trying to figure out, God, what are you trying to show us? And you know, and I guess what I came away with it is that in the midst of one of your darkest places in your life, God shows up. He shows up and he shows out. It will forever be bittersweet because I know both my parents would be just enjoying their grandchildren. And it's bittersweet because, like I said, just for the simple fact that there was loss and then there was life in the same day. So forever May 9th will come around, it's like we're going to be celebrating this beautiful new life that we received. And she just celebrated her 1 year, her first year here. And but then it's also that day where it's like, wow, that was when Daddy went home. And so yeah, that's bittersweet. But then in the midst of it, it's like it shows you how God, in your darkest place, He shows up and shows you His love. He shows you how mighty He is. He shows you that He will never leave you nor forsake you. I don't understand, and I really don't try to spend a whole lot of energy on, why God decided to take my mother home, call her home at 46 and my dad at 63. I try not to spend too much time because there's no answer that I could, in my finite mind, could reconcile with. But I can tell you something, guys, that on May 9th, when Daddy went home, I felt like an orphan. And don't get me wrong, I have an amazing family, I have an amazing support system. But as I get older, and even to this day, as old as I am now, I still feel like an orphan. And only because there are days I just want to talk to Mama. There are days I just want to talk to Daddy about. I will have a different conversation with them now because I'm older and I'm going through things. I've gone through things and would love to get their advice and just to sit in their presence of love. But that's okay. I don't feel sorry for myself. I'm just sharing with you some of the things, the emotional things that I've gone through, having my parents go home so early, at least in my opinion. And remember, that's my opinion, but God knows all, he sees all. And but in the midst of all of that, he, like I said, brought this beautiful little girl into our life, this light. And for me, she will always, for the simple fact that she is my first niece and she is princess. She is princess and will forever be princess. And she represents to me the best of who we are. And always, she will always represent to me that angel that God sent us to comfort us. I don't know if that makes sense or whatever, but God is a big God. So in the midst, and I guess the whole point of this video is that in the midst of some of your darkest days and things that happen to you, you may not understand why God does what he does, but understand that he will never leave you nor forsake you. He's always there. You may not understand it, and sometimes it may not feel good, and you may even get angry, get angry about the circumstance, but you've got to believe your truth. That's when here's the thing, what I can say to this that's helped me, you go deeper into the word. Because if I sit there in my natural mind, in my flesh, and I look around and I see people who still have their mother and their father, and they get to enjoy their parents as they get older, and their parents get to enjoy watching their children and grow, and their grandchildren and all of that, you sit back and you go, wow, my parents never got that. I will never get to experience that. But like I said, it's not a thing of anger. Well, let me take this back. It's like, yes, there is a part. It's not even anger. It's a sadness. It's a sadness. But that's what makes me go deep into the word and just hang on the word when he says, I would never leave you nor forsake you. All things work together for the good. And yea, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will feel no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod, the staff, they comfort me. Yeah. That's what I can tell you. If you're going through things and experiencing stuff that hit you so hard that, like I said, it gut punch you to death and it knocks the wind out of you and you never really recover. You just get up and keep going. So yeah, that's pretty much, I know it's kind of all over the place, but I hope you got the point that life happens. And when life happens, life can be very tough sometimes. There are things that happen that we don't understand, but you got to trust. And if you're a believer, and I pray that if you're not a believer, you become a believer, because being a believer helps you get through. Helps you get through. And you don't understand it. You just know you pushing forward. There's a comfort. There's a peace that he gives you and sustains you. And you just move forward and you're able to see the beauty in things and not walk around with bitterness. To be able to celebrate others who have things that you don't have. That's the power of God. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys had an amazing Mother's Day. I hope you have a phenomenal week. And once again, consider subscribing to this channel. And until next time, bye, ladies.